Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
I have shown in the last couple of videos on my channel here some very bullish thoughts, but I've noticed you guys don't watch a lot of my videos. If I make a video that's only on Bitcoin in the title or not fully XRP, I notice a lot of people don't click. If you guys want more in-depth updates on these markets and what exactly is causing the price to pump and whatnot, I highly recommend you guys to just make sure you have the notification bell on and check the videos out, even if they're not about XRP, because very often they are still about XRP in some way, shape, or form. But also, I've been warning you guys for a little bit about Luna and Solana, specifically because, as you might have most likely seen from my Instagram, I went to the Solana event. And what I noticed, guys, is that Solana, as of the $90 price point, which it was a couple of days ago, was extremely undervalued, and so I put over on Twitter, I'd highly recommend getting some Solana right now. That was, I think, 2 days ago or so, because it is extremely cheap and some crazy things are coming up. Now, I cannot tell you what's coming up, but I fully, let's just say I got a good amount of Solana right now and I buckled up at $90, and I'm trying to give you guys the insights, but it's hard when you sometimes cannot speak too freely. Then again, Luna, as of this point, is also still a really good buy. I put over on Twitter, I think it's going to go to $100 soon, and right now as it currently stands, we can see it's been another 15% day, as a lot of people are getting into the crypto space, and of course, this has to do partially with the backing of UST, but also partially that this freaking coin is just going nuts, because the entire crypto market is going nuts, right? But XRP right now only 6% up. Could be because it's actually been performing way better than the rest of the market for a long while. Could also be because 77.7 cents is a major resistance. Then again, let's cover this real quick, right? So, once more, SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. Today is a deadline for completion of expert discovery. Will there be more delays? I don't think that's actually possible. I don't think it's officially possible at all for that to happen. And I'm sorry if you guys couldn't actually properly see. It's because I kind of forgot I had the full mode on. So Solana right now at $98, Luna right now at $85. Still, both of these are very good buys, but the again, the most difficult part is these videos are not financial advice, so again, it's a risky thing. I cannot advise you on anything to do. And also, they've already gone up such a significant amount over the last couple of days. Luna up 60% over the week, and Solana up about 15% right now. So, of course, the longer you wait, the more risky it quote-unquote gets. And XRP again up about, I guess, 1% on the week, or about 6% on the day. Check it out though, check it out. There's more things which happened. So John Deaton has been going pretty rampant over on Twitter, but that's, the usual stuff. And he's asking for people to basically get different clips and articles of Lubin, and Digital Asset Investor was getting some stuff out. He's getting the whole toolkit out of different things that people might want to see. We can actually take a look at this for a little second, but let's first of all cover briefly what James Fillon just went on about. Because James Fillon, again, he's our genius in the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit when it comes to just assembling everything. Hopefully did not block me. Let's quickly see. No, still good. For a second I thought, ooh, guys, we might be done for, but we're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go. He just shared this over on his Twitter, the most recent announcement or recent thing. Check it out. Brad Garlinghouse files a response to the SEC's opposition to Mr. Garlinghouse's motion seeking the disclosure of notes of a November 9, 2018 meeting between the former SEC Commissioner, Mr. Roisman, and Mr. Brad Garlinghouse, aka the Estabrook notes. And so, yeah, it's just Brad Garlinghouse said, hey, give me those notes. SEC said, ooh, I don't want to give you those notes. And then Brad Garlinghouse was saying, come at me. Give me those notes, bro. That's kind of how it went, like a easy version, 5-year-old people version, whatever. So, do we have to really go deep into this one? Nah. One little fun thing is Clueless here. He said, my heart skips a beat. Whenever you tweet, lol, just waiting for the SEC files motion to extend expert discovery for 5 more years. And theoretically speaking, they have a couple more hours because in the US it's not the 1st of March just quite yet. So they still have some time to actually file for delay, but I think it's too late. I think it's ending right now, and I think we're finally getting into phase 2 of everything. Now let's watch this thing real quick.
So we are big friends and fans of that organization. I think they're really understanding the space well. They are applying this thing called securities law to business in America and other places, as they have done for many decades successfully. They're identifying fraudulent projects. They're identifying obvious transgressions of securities law, but they haven't had a heavy touch, really. They've been gathering information. They've been taking some actions. They've been very clear that they understand there is this new construct, this protocol-based open platform.
So you think they get it?
Yeah, we believe they get it.
And so right as of that point already, it gets interesting, you know, to hear Lubin just state like this, that the SEC is so knowledgeable about everything, they get everything. It's such a big contrast. And again, that's why Digital Asset Investor put up, wow guys, you're going to want to watch this, and it got 250,000 views already. This is in 2019, blockchain 2019, DLD 19, January 19th of 2019. Jeremy Hogan says that's the fifth prong of the Howey test, the decentralization prong. Let's check it out.
They've introduced a new construct, decentralization, into their thinking. So in addition to the Howey test, they have this new construct that they're seeing certain things in. So they consider the Bitcoin network and token and issuance mechanisms. They consider the Ethereum network token and issuance mechanisms to be decentralized, and therefore no transactions involving those particular assets are considered to be transactions of securities. They have not said the same thing about other tokens, the Ripple token, for instance, and they...
So a couple of things are straight at the bat really interesting and questionable at best. So one of the questions that pops in my mind is, so did he discuss then about Ripple and they came to the conclusion, nah, Ripple's not fine just quite yet, or what exactly happened here that he thinks of bringing up this idea? Was it just a lack of clarity basically on the tokens, or is this bullish or nice because he basically says, well, they didn't give us that determination for Ripple just quite yet, you know, for XRP. So this goes a little bit deeper than that though, because again, the question you might ask is, how does he know this classification of Bitcoin and Ether? How exactly can he understand this when market participants, normal people like you and I, cannot see or find the same information? And you might come and say, well, the Hinman speech, this, that, but no part that I've ever seen that the SEC has given as official guidance to investors has this fifth prong for the Howey test, this decentralization aspect, or has it explained in detail, or has the parameters or anything for that matter out there for people to actually recognize what is a good investment and what is not. Again, if this is just an if, this is hypothetical, if the SEC was to actually follow along with the best of their policy to protect the US investors, they would most likely want to give out as many different tips and tricks as humanly possible. If I want you guys to be able to hold your crypto in the most safe way possible, I'd give you all the tips and tricks that I could think of, right? And that's exactly what I did about a day ago. I made a video talking about all the freaking wallet ideas that I could think of. Why? Because I'm thinking as well, you know, I've been in crypto for so long, there's a couple of videos I just need to have on my channel for if somebody ever asks, hey, so how does a crypto wallet work? How does it this, that? I need to have those, right? And then I'm thinking the SEC has a real job. I'm just doing this for fun, basically. Should they at least have a couple of videos, maybe, or a couple of articles stating, well, but decentralization exactly works like this, for crypto works like that, or this you cannot buy, or this you shouldn't look into, or this, that, blah, 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 blah. The fact that they don't, yet this guy knows, straight.
We're clear that they were going to come out with statements to sort of assess these different tokens, and I believe.
Once more, here he just says, yeah, we're pretty sure they're going to come out with statements about that. And this is again 2019, so that means they were, the SEC, going to come out with exactly what they think about what different asset with what different prong, what different reason, for example, as to why they might be security sales and why not.
I believe they've made all the statements about decentralization that they're going to make, and so
let's see it again. Let's run it back.
To sort of assess these different tokens, and I believe they've made all the statements about decentralization that they're going to make. And so Bill Hinman, Director of Corporate Finance, has been very clear about what you can do and what you can't do, and decentralization is a new element that they're working with.
So again, two things that come up to mind. One, what in the world is he talking about? Where have they let go of these statements? How can I not know about them? And second of all, Will Hinman has let go what exactly? He's been the director of corporation finance. Yeah, very cool. Very interesting. Yeah, what exactly has he done? Because as far as I know, just my thoughts, right? He only gave out a couple of opinions, and as far as I know, that means jack shizzle, right? That means absolutely nothing. So, not exactly sure what this guy's on about, but this is a very good video, for sure. Very big thumbs up to Digital Asset Investor for finding this. Because wow, is this a
So we are.
Oh, oops, my ears. Is that a crazy one? Now, I wanted to quickly show you guys this once more. Alright, here we go. So, John Deaton said, I wrote a thread that said Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson should thank Jay Clayton for suing them and creating a higher burden to prove on the SEC. By suing them individually, the SEC made these notes much more relevant and quite possibly necessary. And what that is talking about, guys, is the fact that there were a couple of different notes that Ripple, specifically Brad Garlinghouse, wants to give. Had it only been Ripple versus SEC, there was a chance these notes weren't relevant enough to be given over. But the fact that these individuals were sued makes it really prevalent or really important for the SEC to hand them over. And so that's actually a really big plus. But there's a second piece, and that is actually on Jeremy Hogan's Twitter. He actually was on the BitBoy channel, which again, I like BitBoy. I wouldn't say he's my favorite guy, but he's definitely a hard-working fellow, and he does have a lot of good content in there. So, but he basically said, or Jeremy Hogan said, I think John Dean and myself commented that video, and it's just, discovery is over finally today, except for those pesky 63 emails. I hope Judge Torres takes this case and moves it right along. Remember, right now, next phase, new judge, new issues that need to be discussed, new everything. So, yeah, I'm excited. Not exactly sure what it's going to bring for us. I think the first thing we have to wait for is this 63 email thing. Then, of course, the different decisions regarding the different, I guess just the previous decision that still need to be taken, right? So regarding the motion to dismiss and the strike of the fair notice defense, those three things I would say we have to wait for. And then we're going to go over into summary judgment, right? To file those briefs for that if they've not been filed already. But I think we have to wait for all the DPP stuff first, all that stuff. So I would say let us see. It's going to be a really interesting couple of hours, couple of days, I guess, right? Because it's not going to take hours, it's going to take a couple of days.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.